Afternoon. This video documentation is in regards to the return R171 headlight, which is the driver left side. I completely understand before you are to return the lights, you've already confirmed with me that one of the bottom connector has a cracking on it, which I do acknowledge. However, I do sincerely apologize to inform you that there's actually further things that's got damaged during this transit back to me. The only thing that concerns me is actually the high beam, or I'm sorry, the signal light plate, which this most likely might have done during transit, because I do see the broken piece inside the headlight return box. Again, the piece would have gone right here, and this has just been cracked right out. Worst comes to worst, although I may be able to push things with the vendor in regards to the RMA, however, I just want to bring this to your attention. So at this moment, I'm going to go ahead and pull the headlight side out to go ahead and bench test it to show you in regards to the functionalities. So I have a 12-volt power supply unit next to me, which I'll be using to bench test the headlights. Let's see. From my understanding, this should be the parking LED strip connector, should be the shutter connector, and then the signal lights and low beam should be working from the main connector. The other connector is a miscellaneous connector that we've noticed that the US and Canadian spec vehicles don't have, so we're not worried too much about that. So, really quickly with my test leads, I'll go ahead and run a quick bench test and see what we got right out the box. So I'm wanting to make sure my polarity are correct. So white's for my positive, negative's for my grounding negative. The black for grounding negative. So making sure that. So I believe I'm actually testing the shutter function right now for this headlights, which you hear that shutter click on, right? That's actually the shutter plate lifting up. If I had the low beam currently on, you'll see the projection against the wall, the low beam output actually opening up for the bi-xenon shutter to come in place. So one more time. That's the bi-xenon shutter clicking and it's actuating with no problem. Moving on. So I'll move on to the parking LED strip real quick, which again, red for positive, black for grounding negative, making sure my polarity is correct. This one's going to be a bit tougher because the connection is a little tighter. However, again, testing from the main pin, LED strip, no problem. Okay, so parking light LED strip from the main connector working with no issues. Finally, moving on for the low beam and signal light for this headlight side. So, working again from the main pin. I still need to figure out the pin layout for this one. So if you bear with me real quick, I'll go ahead and figure that out. Test lead. Oh, there goes the signal light. So signal lights from the main pin, no problem. Next, low beam. Oops. I have the wrong grounding negative, so I'm gonna move on to test to see if I can locate the correct grounding negative. Okay, that's not it. This should be it. So, low beam. Now I found the correct grounding negative for the low beam and signal lights. Low beam working with no issue. So I'll test the halogen signal light one more time with the correct grounding negative. Alright, low beam on. Now moving on to signal lights. No problem. So signal lights, low beam, and also parking light LED strip, and also shutter high beam, all working fine. So literally, besides the damage on this headlight, this is a working unit. So this concludes the video documentation. Thank you so much for your time.